Welcome to 30 Days of Marketing Mavens. 30 days, 30 experts, 30 marketing niches. Brought to you by Profit Master Business Solutions. More leads, more sales, and more revenue for your small or medium-sized business. Click findnewrevenue.com to learn more. Now here's your host, Howard Walkoff.
Thank you for joining us. 30 Days of Marketing Mavens. We really have a great conversation for you here, all about messenger bots. We have the messenger bot guy with us today. His name is Paul Ace, and Paul does Ccalm, which he's going to explain exactly what that means to you. Paul, really welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks. It's an absolute pleasure, Howard. It's lovely to meet you and your audience.
So let's start with, what is Ccalm?
So Ccalm, in the long and short of it, it stands for conversational commerce. And this is something that I think it can probably be likened to what e-com was like, like 10, 15 years ago, when people are like, oh, yeah, that internet thing, people are going to start buying online. And it was like, 3% of people were buying online at that point. Now it's something like 20% of people, all purchases are online. So Ccalm is going in the same direction, which is conversational commerce. It's already a $35 billion industry. And most people don't even know it exists. So Ccalm is really about taking a conversational approach to marketing, where people want personalized service and instant answers. Right now, 63% of people expect personalized service already, and 82% of people expect instant answers. So I expect a reply within the first 10 minutes of them sending a question. But the average response time right now for a company to get back to someone is 12 hours. So there's a massive gap that needs to be bridged with this conversational commerce.
And a lot of people have just a basic experience from it, just something like Facebook, where a lot of companies have it on their business page, where you come on and all of a sudden a messenger comes up on the bottom and asks you some general questions. But there's more to it than just that.
Yeah, totally. The important thing is to really focus on building the conversation, building that relationship. And I go with a very simple formula of conversations equals trust, and trust equals sales. So you have to able to build that trust first to be able to actually go for the sale. And people are becoming more and more savvy about who they're going to trust, and building that relationship with that people and buying from people that they like and trust, which we've always done. But nowadays, because there's so much competition and there's such a low barrier to entry for people to actually go, I could start a business yesterday, and by today I could already be selling something. It's that easy nowadays. It's not like you've got to go and set up a brick and mortar store, find premises, all that kind of stuff. So because there's more competition, we have to position ourselves to build that relationship literally from the first moment. We actually focus on 4 experience points around that. So you've got the first experience, you've got the follow-up experience of what do you actually do to then encourage and nurture that relationship in a conversational way. The sale experience, how do you actually sell without being overly salesy, where it just feels like a natural progression. And then the advocate experience of how do you then take those people and turn them into advocates of your business, where instead of them just buying the things, they're then telling other people about what you do and building their own conversations around your product.
And that's so important, trying to have that. I love the concept of the evangelical customer that really goes out and does the marketing for you. If you really have satisfied them and give them the right information for what you do, they can really go out, and there are people that will bring you more business than any type of advertising campaign would.
Totally. And that's it's really important. Sometimes it's organic, but sometimes it also needs to be incentivized as well through things like virality, and just incentivize rewards and things like that as well. If people love your brand, but they can also be rewarded for loving your brand, then if you can do anything to make that even better, it's not going to make it worse. So you might as well make it even stronger.
But how hard is it to create this type of communication, this early entry relationship with someone?
Yeah, so there's a lot of tools out there now that are making it easier to get started. There's a very different thing between... So I used to be a musician. I say I used to be a musician. I can still play stuff. But like, you see someone who starts playing guitar, right? And they might be able to learn 1, 2, 3 chords. As country singers say, there's 3 chords and the truth. That's all you need, yep. Right? So some people will go that far, but some people will then become masters of the craft and spend 10,000 hours working on that craft to make themselves the best they can possibly be in that. So in terms of how hard is it to get started, you can set up, there's a company called ManyChat. If you're not aware of it, ManyChat is great at building messenger bots. You just go on there and within 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, you can have your first bot set up, collecting leads and ready to go. But you can also take it a lot of steps further. You know, we've done some things recently where there's like 30, 35 different components. Like I've got a launch sequence that's 42 steps.
Wow.
just to make sure everything's in there. So it just depends about how far you want to go. And I'm a big fan of finding the who, not the how. So I stay in my lane. My lane is conversational commerce. But then things outside of that, I'll go and find the right people to do that for me. And the businesses that I work with, they're great in their lane. And then they bring me in to do the conversational piece, because like they could spend out 10,000 hours trying to work it out, or they could just get someone who's an expert in it. And then basically we get to leverage that whole knowledge a lot quicker.
And really the key is, especially when you set these up on companies' websites, it's engaging the audience immediately. You do not want them to leave at all. You want to get them to absorb what's going on with your website, which is really absorbing what's going on with your company, and then start making that decision to do whether to do business with you or not. And having that chat bot right there to start the conversation and answer some of the questions is so valuable.
Yeah, and you know, we're moving into a new era. We had the industrial age, we've had the information age, and now we're going into the age of AI. And it's a scary age, because some of the parts of AI are far beyond what we can even contemplate now. However, there's parts of it that are making the way we communicate very, very, very different. So within the next 5 to 10 years, people are going to expect personalized service from day one. It's kind of like when you look back into the early 2000s, where people like, have you got a website? And they're like, oh no, I don't need a website. and now it's like, what do you mean you haven't got a website? Mm-hmm. And then it was like, oh, do you sell online? No, we don't sell online. And then you're seeing all these high street retailers going out of business because they're not selling online. So you can either go with the trend or you can get left behind. And it's a very, what's happening now, because of the way we're all connected, data is being created so much quicker than it's ever been in history, which means technology advances are happening 10, 20 times as quick as they've ever done before. You know, it's not taking like 30 years to create the light bulb. It's like taking 1 year to create this massive new AI experience where AI is getting as smart as we are. So we need to utilize that or get left behind.
Exactly. And having these tools, having the right people who know how to use the tools like yourself is extremely important and will help you. Again, as you said, there's some companies that can put the time in, but really need the right person who knows what they're doing to streamline the whole effects of the right type of chatbot, the right type of pieces to it, to make sure that they are performing and creating that experience with the customer. So if there are companies that have an interest in working with you and really learning more about how you have become this so skilled in Ccalm, what is the best way for people to reach out and learn more?
Yeah, so you can just go to themessengerbotguy.com, and that will give you some more information about what we do. And also it has, I think, a little demo video at the top as well. It just shows a little bit more about like how the process works and the fact that we use multiple channels to create this like really fun and engaging experience for each and every customer. So that's the messengerbotguy.com, or you can go to ccalmbook.com and sign up for either the wait list, or if you're watching this later on, then you should be able to get the first chapter of the book for free that's coming out soon about the Ccalm revolution.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much really for joining us. Thank you for sharing this information. And really, I didn't want to say best of luck to you, because you obviously, you're an expert, you know exactly what you're doing. And it's amazing to see the great things that individuals like you are doing to really help business grow in this day and age, and find the right way to handle AI and technology. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks very much for having me, Howard. It's been a pleasure.
And thank you all again. 30 days of conversations just like this. You've seen some others. You're going to see more. Really enjoy this experience. It's all brought to you by Profit Master Business Solutions. And you all have a great day. Thank you.